When it comes to crypto regulation, delivering a provably secure, highly scalable and ultimately decentralized blockchain, whilst being able to evidence its green, eco-friendly credentials, is going to play a pivotal role in preventing the stifling of innovation, and in turn with good regulation, help drive the adoption that we all want to see. Whilst we can't claim that Cardano has all these components wrapped up and delivered, when you look around the blockchain space, we're certainly on the right path. It's the peer-reviewed research we can thank for this. In Ouroboros, we have the first provably secure proof-of-stake protocol with minimal energy requirements, and innovative scaling solutions on the short-term horizon with pipelining input endorsers, sidechains Hydra and Mithril. With the removal of the D parameter coming soon, continued community-driven initiatives to widely distribute delegation, the members-based org structure in the making, with a clear strategy to address anything that comes out of the Edinburgh Decentralization Index. Cardano, whilst not the finished article, is making all the right moves to solve the blockchain trilemma in practice, and seems to have all the answers. Welcome back for today's installment of Cardano Insights, delivering a fast-paced, bite-sized roundup of the all-important Cardano news and ecosystem content from the past 24 hours. So join me as I explore exactly what's been happening at the very pulse of Cardano. So let's get straight into it. So first up, with thoughts of decentralization in mind, running a stake pool, and more importantly, one that's able to sustain long term, requires upwards of 2 million ADA in delegations, and probably more like 3 to 4 million for it to also healthily reward both the operator and delegators. This is why it's so important for us as a community to make sure we delegate wisely, and also pick the single pool operators over the multi-pool ones. Far too often we see smaller pools having to close as a result of low delegation, and in turn this is damaging for the ecosystem in terms of its efforts of becoming more decentralized. But it's not just us as a community that has a responsibility to distribute and delegate wisely and can also contribute positively to decentralization. Centralized exchanges run multiple stake pools and hold large sums of ADA. They're definitely capable and in a position to run initiatives that both promote and assist in fairer distribution to SPOs. Well, yesterday we got this announcement which marks a refreshing change in terms of exchanges acknowledging they also need to do more in terms of making cryptocurrencies more decentralized. Bitrue announced in an effort to support community stake pools, they will be contributing 1 million ADA to several community-run stake pools. As you can see here, they've encouraged responses to this tweet to nominate the pools, or alternatively provided a form for you to fill and submit. I've linked this in the description if you want to take part and put forward your suggested pool. Personally, I think this is a great move by Bitrue and may see the start of other exchanges also considering the benefits of contributing to decentralization in this way. Rather than an exchange managing multiple pools, with the risks that are attached, such as them all going down at the same time, which we've seen recently with Coinbase, they can help drive decentralization by supporting the quality community SPOs, save on running costs, and in turn create a great advertisement in terms of capturing more customers that also see value in reducing the concentrated centralization of the multi-pools. Now, whilst this is a great gesture and hopefully will promote more distribution of ADA amongst community SPOs, it's not going to change the fact that centralized exchanges will always promote other products that aim to keep your ADA locked on the exchange, for example, earning higher APY and yield farming. For me, I value self-custody and would never leave any ADA on exchanges. As we all know, not your keys, not your crypto. But as and when I need to interact with any centralized exchange, I'd certainly consider the ones that are making more of a contribution to supporting community stake pools than the ones that aren't. It has to be said, what Bitrue have done here is a great start, and are a very pro-Cardano exchange. Bitrue was the first exchange to list Cardano native assets like World Mobile Token and MELD, and also added ADA as a base currency with 10 trading pairs, so fair play to them for this. Let's see now if some of the larger exchanges take note and also start assisting decentralization efforts in this way. Now to an interesting project that's aiming to deliver a toolkit for the easiest creation of DAOs. Thinking about the Cardano ecosystem post-Vassal for a moment, we're going to see the emergence of many more decentralized applications that offer a whole range of different utilities and use cases. But as these protocols are launched and users start interacting, to become ultimately decentralized, they require the removal of any centralized leadership on the decision making behind any protocol changes. DAOs are going to play a key role in all of this. Rather than a single individual or small group of people at the top governing an organization, which requires a significant amount of trust between two parties, algorithmic protocols can gauge policy sentiment in a given community of participants, serving as an electronic agent to execute consensus decisions. These decentralized autonomous organizations enable thousands of people to coordinate within a transparent set of rules predefined in the smart contract. Rather than having to trust just a small group of people, DAOs deliver the trust in the code, which is publicly available. Whilst they remove hierarchical structure, they still enable tasks and protocol growth to be achieved, while being controlled completely by the stakeholders via its native token. This means any stakeholder can put forward an innovative idea that the entire group will consider and potentially improve upon. Now, whilst the need for DAOs is clear for protocols building on Cardano to achieve the kind of decentralization that they offer, there's also a clear need for the implementation of these solutions to be made available for corporations, communities, projects and businesses that may not have the tech expertise and/or are currently operating outside of the blockchain world. ADA, a Cardano DAO focused on open source development, was formed to meet this need and writes open source software. From the core contributors of ADA, the Summon team formed to create a new platform that will implement these technologies in a way that is accessible to all Cardano users. So effectively, the Summon platform will enable individuals of any technical level to create their own transparent on-chain DAOs and invite others to join by exclusive invitation or permissionless enrollment. Additionally, the Summon team brings to the table a number of valuable enhancements that empower users without experience in writing smart contracts to create DAOs of any shape or size. By simplifying DAO creation in this way, it will broaden the technology's appeal by making DAO tools an attractive option for corporations and other forms of organizations. This technology can attract new markets that have yet to be tapped into. The Summon platform with their DAO toolkit promises the easiest solution to DAOs, making the creation of smart contract-based DAOs on Cardano as simple as setting up a personal wallet. This will not only serve as a great solution for projects already building on Cardano, but will drive adoption by bringing in new businesses, communities and organizations to operate DAOs on the Cardano blockchain. I think this is another great example of all the wider pieces coming together in the Cardano ecosystem. DAOs will certainly play a major role in creating a decentralized, vibrant ecosystem, and contributions like this, in terms of the solutions that the Summon platform are bringing to the table, is another key ingredient required to move us in this direction. The Summon platform will launch in Q4 2022, so if you're interested to find out more, read about their ISPO and fair distribution of their governance token. I've linked their site in the description below. Now, you know on this channel I like discussing narratives, especially those found in the mainstream media. We check out this article published on Nasdaq yesterday, which is a great example that it's not always negative when it comes to Cardano. Here they pose the question why Cardano may be the safest cryptocurrency to hold during a climate emergency. So the article discusses how recently crypto has been coming under increasing scrutiny by regulators for its energy consumption habits, and I found this part funny but true, how we should all start seriously considering climate proofing our crypto portfolios. But it does make a valid point. The crypto industry has always functioned under a high degree of regulatory risk. If, for example, regulatory agencies and other government authorities start enacting climate-related executive orders to regulate, restrict or limit certain industries, you have to ask yourself, which of the cryptocurrencies are going to stand up best when it comes to evaluating energy consumption? As we know, because Cardano is proof of stake and does not rely on energy-intensive mining that uses thousands of powerful computers, this massively reduces its carbon footprint. In fact, as we've highlighted on this channel recently, when looking at the data, there's a lot of evidence to show that it's now 37,000 times more energy efficient than Bitcoin. In the article, the author suggests Cardano being the electric car of cryptocurrencies, so surely the same governments that want you to buy eco-cars will also see value in Cardano and its green credentials. The article also covered something interesting that I too have highlighted many times before on this channel, relating to Cardano versus the regulators. It mentioned Charles advocating for the crypto industry in Washington DC, stating in his opinion, Charles knows exactly how the regulatory game is played, which will prove vital as and when the climate emergency narrative towards crypto intensifies. He described Charles and his rational approach as exactly the type of person that you want making the case for crypto when facing regulators. I thought this was some good exposure for Cardano, and was refreshing to see the author at Nasdaq acknowledge both Cardano's green credentials and also shine some positive light on Charles and his efforts with the regulators, which I think, coupled with the decentralization index, are going to play a key role in Cardano navigating through the times of regulatory uncertainty that we're currently witnessing. I will say, however, they did manage to slip in a small piece right at the end stating 10 stocks that we like better than Cardano, with a link to another article. But I guess it is Nasdaq and stocks are their thing. Finally, and it's nearly that time of the month again where we get the Cardano 360 update. Here you can see its build is a shorter show than normal, but will still be packed with great updates on that all-important Vassal development progress, Project Catalyst, Mithril, Babel fees and more. So make sure you tune in tomorrow on the IOHK YouTube channel, but I'll be sure to recap everything in Cardano Insights. So that's it for another installment of Cardano Insights, as we keep track of all things Cardano and spread those positive vibes. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found value in the content, and if you did, please be sure to comment, share, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow with your daily roundup, and until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.